Welcome to those of you that are with us live and also those of you that are watching this on replay. Great to be with you. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Give yourselves a round of applause that you're here. Way to go. You made it. Great job. And I'd love everybody to put a note in chat, a little note in chat. What's one thing you're grateful for this morning? One thing that you are grateful for this morning. Shoot us a note in chat. We'll read those in just a little bit. And love to hear from you guys. How are you? How are things going? How was the month, everybody? We talked quite a bit about obviously exercise and movement last week. I'm really excited about this week, guys. We're going to talk about how to fuel your body and your life. We're going to talk about nutrition today. We're also going to obviously talk about fitness, but as always, let's talk about our wins. Let's talk about what you did well, what went great for you. Again, shoot us a note in chat just to let us know what maybe you're grateful for. But what one thing did you feel like you did well last month? It could be anything. Could be anything. Could be your fitness. Could be your nutrition. Could be working on gratitude. Just even that muscle, right? What are you grateful for? So anybody want to share real quick? We'll take a couple of folks that may want to share what they may be grateful for.
You can unmute yourself as well. Hey,
Yeah,
Pat.
Catherine, if you have any that may have come in, please feel free to read them if you have any.
I'll start. I think my win for the month is continuing drinking a lot of water. I think that's my win for the month. I think I made it a point to really keep my water intake pretty high, and I do have my coffee, so I love coffee. I can't not have it. In chat, we have Angeline saying that this is a new day. Tracy loves that it's cooler weather for her. George says that George says that he's still alive and well and thankful. That's always something to be grateful for. Brenda said that she's grateful for the firefighters because all the fire and smoke is really bad where she's at. I hope that you're being safe out there, Brenda. Rhonda says that God has blessed her to see another day, and that's something to be really grateful for. And Peggy Buck said that she went to her 50th high school reunion.
Come on, Peggy. How fun!
Way to go, Peggy. I wonder what high school did you go to? Norbonne.
I went to
Norbonne. Yeah, we played against Norbonne. I went to
there you go.
Dorsey High.
Love it. Love it. So good, guys. So good. Keep those coming in if you haven't had a chance to share. Thanks, Catherine, for reading those. So, guys, today we're going to talk about really how to have a.
I have one that I want to share with you.
Yeah,
Sean.
Betty, go, please.
Sean, my mom was living in New York when they had the attack on September 11th.
Yeah.
And I am grateful that she and my sister survived it. They were shopping at the Burlington Coat Factory when the attack happened in New York. And today is the anniversary. So I am thankful that
that's a blessing.
It's a whole lot.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Betty, because I thought about it too this morning. I said September 11th. When that happened, I remember I was in traffic near downtown going to work that morning, but in traffic, and I'm listening to it on the radio, and I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? And people on the radio was like, oh my God, a plane just hit the Twin Towers. And I'm in the car, and then people was worried about something happening in downtown LA. So yeah, that day was really, really nerve-wracking. I'm glad your mom and family came out okay with that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It is surreal to think about, guys. It was 23 years ago. Is that right?
Oh my gosh.
I can't believe. I remember it. I was at the gym, and everybody was hunkered around the television at the time, and we're like, "What's going on?" This was the first one, right? And it just seemed like, what? Everybody got in their cars and went home, and the day was like crazy. That
somber.
to think about all the people that have been
The
impacted and the bravery of the men and women that just went in to help
firefighters.
so many people. It just makes you stop and think, like, how grateful are we for, our firefighters, our
Yes.
defenders, police, nurses, teachers,
Yes.
all of y'all, our Lacers team, like
Mm.
all you guys that have poured your lives into others. Makes
Yes.
me emotional to think about all of you, what you've done with your lives. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it takes a moment like this to
And
really remember how fortunate we are to be alive and to
right.
have, right?
And to and thank you, Sean. Thank you for what you're doing, what you bring into us, what you bring into the world, what you offer us, your
Thank you, buddy.
knowledge, your power. Thank you.
It's a gift. It honestly is a gift to me, and I look forward to seeing you guys every time. So thank you, Betty. You're just very kind.
Yes.
But isn't it wonderful, guys? Like, just to think of starting every day with some gratitude like that, like just a little. We took 3 to 5 minutes to just share, like, what am I grateful for? Even stopping tomorrow, even maybe write it down, like, what are the 3 things I'm most grateful for? And as we just sit with them for a moment, it changes our perspective, right? Because you may have woke up this morning and it was a tougher morning for you. And even remembering the challenge of what our nation went through, literally 23 years ago, right? Yeah, so it's good. It's good to be reminded of what we have, the blessings and the things that we're grateful for. So thank you, guys. Thank you for sharing that. It's awesome. All right, we're going to dive in. We're going to dive in, guys. We're going to talk about 4 ways to fuel your life and to make fitness fun. We're going to talk more about the fun part as we're moving, because we're going to get moving in just a moment. But I want to share with y'all,
And just
some of
put
you
on
I've shared this
mode.
with.
Yeah, there you go.
This is I love this little montage, guys. Take a look at these individuals, these young ladies. Like, they're anywhere from 70, 80 plus in age, but look at what they're doing, from ballet to track to weightlifting. It's never too late to start a new hobby, a new fitness hobby, right? Like, I'd love for you to write down, guys, in chat, if you had a wish related to your fitness, with no fear of failure. Like, literally, fear was not even an option. Like, you could accomplish it. Whether, for example, some of you, for example, have shared with me that you'd like to learn how to swim. Some of you don't know how to swim. That would be what a great wish. I want to swim. Or some of you have said, I would like to learn ballet, or I'd like to go into martial arts, or I'd like to learn how to be a weightlifter, right? What would be your wish from a fitness perspective? What would you love? And again, failure is not an option, right? Just, if you could wish, just wish up for it. What would it be? I'd love to hear from you in chat, or as Crystal said, please feel free to unmute and tell us, what would be your fitness wish? And I'm going to ask a couple of you. I'm going to ask Crystal. I'm going to put Crystal on the spot. Crystal, if you had a wish for your fitness, what would there be? Something that you always have dreamt of, like, yeah, I'd love to learn maybe to do that.
Well, you said it with swimming. You know, I I've been in water and stuff, but I still need to really learn how to swim.
I love it. Thank you. That is so good, Crystal. Thank you for that. And for others, I've had people tell me, I've never ridden a bike before, right? Like, some of us don't know how to ride a bike, and there's no shame in that. We didn't learn, right? So thank you, Crystal, for that. Anybody else? Rhonda, I see your hand up. What would be your wish, Rhonda? You got one?
Yes, I want to take a stepping a class and a salsa class. I want to learn.
I love it. So
Mhm.
dancing, right? A
Yeah.
salsa class, a step class. I love it. That's so good. Good. Anybody else want to share? Maybe unmute. Um,
Sean,
yeah, Betty.
I was just putting it in the chat, but let me say it. After I know I still got my hands up. After I watched the Paralympics, I'm amazed with these athletes. I can't get enough of watching them. And I believe now I should step up my game. I want to learn something new. I want to try a new sports. I want to enter a competition or something.
Love
I am
that.
amazed with the Paralympics. Yeah, I feel I should do a little bit more.
Okay, Betty. So, guys, do you hear what Betty just said? Like, what if we took this wish, this dream, and we turned it into a class, like our first class going to learn how to dance, right? Or our first class in learning how to swim, or our first class in going to scuba diving, or whatever it is, learning to ride a bike. What if we all made a commitment to each other that we want to take steps towards realizing that wish, right? Like, it doesn't mean we have to become an Olympian, but what if we want to learn how to ski, or if we want to learn how to hike, or maybe there's a mountain we want to, Yosemite, we want to go to Yosemite and climb Half Dome or whatever. It doesn't even have to be that, right? But the power of dreaming, guys, the power of even just talking about, like, if you had a wish and you could do anything related to your fitness and health and well-being, what would it be? It's a good place to start. I love it. Anybody else want to share? Maybe a couple more. This is good. We get ideas from one another.
Hi, Sean.
Hello there,
Hi.
Aurora.
Yeah, after watching the women's final at the US Open last Saturday, I'd like to go back and play tennis.
I love it. Aurora,
But
that's so good.
I have to go and check with my cardiologist if I can still do that. But just watching Jessica Pegula play
Yes.
at the finals, oh, that was awesome.
I love it.
I
This is
said,
so
I
good.
wish I can play tennis again. So
So good. So
let's
good.
wait for this time. Go back to
I love it. I love it. Okay. Zenaida has really given us a good cue right now because I see her moving right now and we need to move. So we're going to come back to this topic because I really want everyone to leave with a wish. I want everybody to leave this class with a dream. It doesn't mean that you're necessarily going to accomplish it, but something that you can aspire to. It could be, guys, I want to learn how to cook. I want to learn how to create healthy meals. Could be that. Doesn't necessarily have to be fitness per se. It could just be health and wellness related. But we'll talk more about that in just a moment. I'm going to come back and talk about flow, which I think you're going to love. But let's get into our joy, guys. Let's get into our joy workout, right? What I'd love for you to do is go ahead and stand up. We're gonna get moving. We're gonna get a little bit of activity, get our joy on, as we were talking about with Catherine and I were talking about with Betty and Crystal. Gosh, when we move and we just feel better, don't we? We just feel better. So we're gonna do that in just 1 second. Hang on one moment. My computer is acting up on me. Hang on, guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, so get comfortable. I want you to go ahead and stand up. Make sure that you can move comfortably and freely wherever you are, okay, safely. Hopefully you're wearing a pair of tennis shoes. If not, you can do this in your socks too, but just be careful. Okay, guys, here we go. Our first part of our workout, a little bit of joy
Ready to
workout.
tap into joy? Let's do this.
Here we go, guys.
We're going to start with the gesture of hope, reaching for the sky. Reach up with one arm and release. Other side, stretch and let go. Keep going. Find an easy flow. Palms open. Look up. Touch the sky. Now reach both arms overhead. Big breath in and release. If it feels good, bend your knees to sit back, then rise up as you reach. This movement welcomes you into your body and connects you to the breath. and relax.
Good job,
Now
y'all.
let's sway side to side.
Here we go. Side to side now.
Sway your shoulders. Sway your arms. Sway your hips. This move helps you find freedom in your body and connect to the music. If it feels good, move through space. You can turn around, make the movement as big as you like. And let it go. Find the beat and bounce your shoulders up and down. Rock your feet, bounce your heels. Now, try holding your hands by your sides and pretend you're skipping rope. How would it feel to throw your fists in the air like a kid bouncing with joy? Now relax. Take a breath. Time to let loose and shake. Shake your hands. Relax your body. Now shake out your arms one at a time. How about both arms at once? Shake out your legs. Kick it out. Try shaking any part of your body. That was great.
Hey Sean, I'm not
Enjoy.
sure if everyone can hear the music. I'm
Put your
sorry.
hands in the air.
Someone Candy asked about the music,
Fists.
and I can't really hear it either.
Is the music not coming through, guys? Oh, oh my goodness. Hang on.
It's kind of
It's
low.
not. It's just it's literally just this. Yeah,
Ah,
it's
that's
just
weird. Okay,
the talking
let's
that
try
is
this,
loud.
guys. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it here. Let me go. Hang on. Okay. Let's try it again, guys. Let me know here.
Down. Chin up. Chest up.
Okay.
And if it feels good, add a side to side bounce. Lift your heel as you pull your arms down. Lift your chest. You can turn it around.
Good job, y'all.
If you want an extra boost, try jumping jacks. And breathe. Now we can celebrate. Bring your hands to your chest and imagine throwing confetti into the air. With each toss, look up. Lift your back heel and open the front body. Add a bounce. Fabulous.
All right, y'all, here we
You
go.
made it. Now it's time to freestyle. Anything goes. Let the music guide you. Take a bow.
Way to go, y'all. Way to go. Great job. Great job. Give yourselves a round of applause. Way to go. So sorry about the sound. At what point did you guys not hear it? Was it throughout the first portion of it?
I guess towards the middle part.
It just it went away.
Yeah, and then
It was kind of like it, like
in
Faint.
and out.
yeah. I mean, it was kind of like in and out. And I want to say that the last class as well.
Okay.
It was very, very low too.
Thank you for letting me know. I'll make sure.
But long as you know, when you share the screen, you check off that little box for sound.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. But it may be an internet thing too. So well done, you guys. Great work. What I see that you're smiling. That's good. That usually happens, right? When we're moving. How do you feel? How's everybody feeling? Doing okay? Well, maybe your wish is you want to learn to you want to start doing fitness classes, right? Could be a yoga class maybe, or maybe it's an aerobics class or a silver sneaker class, right? That could be something else. So as we're going through our time together, guys, I want you to be thinking about what are your dreams when it comes to fitness. Now, Flo, in her 80s, decided to become a senior Olympian. Right. Back in the day, but way back in school, she was in track for a little bit and she thought, you know what? I really enjoyed running. And so look at this picture, you guys. Like in her mid 80s, hurdling, like not just running, not just doing, sprints. She's jumping. Look at this jump. I mean, look at that vertical there. That's significant. This is not an easy thing to do, even when we're teenagers, right? Let alone being in her 80s. But just an example of someone that really wanted to learn or go back to maybe an old love of movement and fitness. So first thing to help us bring movement to another level, to make it fun.
Sean, can you put it in slideshow
in
the full screen mode so we can? There we go.
How's that? Better?
That's
Yeah, that's a better view, huh? Yeah. I love it. I just love this picture. Look at her intensity and look at her legs, you guys. Look at her calf, look at her hamstring. Look at the density of her muscle, how strong she is. It's just amazing. Just what an athlete, right? But didn't go back to movement and being active until her 80s, right? So there was a period of time where, nah, their life kind of just has its way, right? We get busy, and I just love that in her 80s, she said, no, I'm going to go back to doing things that made me have joy when I was younger, right? What were the things that brought you joy when you were young? It could have been jumping rope. It could have been any activity that you just love to do. So, number one, I want you to write this down, guys. Have a goal, have an objective for your fitness. What's your wish? Better way of asking number one is what's your wish? Number two, some of us are really motivated by competition or challenges, right? So over the year, we're wanting to give you some challenges, like, for example, like a 5K, right? Like, remember our last 5K? How many of us were so looking forward to doing a live 5K together and coming together and even training for that 5K? That's a great motivator. So what is it that you'd like to bring back that may be a challenge or a competition? Again, it could be anything. But what I want you to do right now, guys, pause for a moment. Look at this picture, how beautiful this picture is. This young lady just wanting to go on a nice, beautiful hike, right? I imagine this is probably like, 7:30 in the morning, just starting the day and going for a beautiful hike. This would be a wonderful, again, what's that challenge? What's that mountain? And we'll use that as a metaphor. What's that mountain that you want to climb when it comes to your fitness? Dream and think about that. I'd love to have you share with us and just imagine, what would it be like for a moment just to think about? Picture yourself accomplishing your dream. Learning to dance, learning to cook, learning to swim. Crystal, I'm thinking of you right now. I was just thinking, like, what do you feel emotionally when you're able to do a lap across a pool or back and forth across a pool, or even at the beach, Crystal? Like, what does that feel like, right? To do, I'm curious to get your thoughts on that. What do you think, Crystal?
That would be wonderful, Sean, being able to
Yeah,
do that, because I know it's great exercise, and it would help to tone my muscles and keep me physically active.
I love it.
So
I
yeah,
love
that,
it. I
that would be
love it.
great to be able to do that.
I saw you when I said that with the biggest smile, Crystal. And isn't that like, right? Like, imagine accomplishing whatever that be. It could be learning to dance, right? Like learning to do the salsa, right? Was it Rhonda that said that? I think it was Rhonda that said she wanted to learn how to dance. Rhonda, what does it feel like to actually complete that class and actually feel like, I know how to do salsa. I know how to do these moves. What's the show, you guys, Dancing with the Stars, right? You ever watch that show? I'm so impressed on how many of these folks have never really danced. Some have, but those that haven't, and all of a sudden, with a little bit of training, a little bit of teaching, and honestly, I think giving ourselves the grace to not do well, we're going to realize maybe our first couple of weeks of dancing is going to be or swimming or riding a bike. There's going to be, do you guys remember when we were little ones or little kids, or maybe you remember as a parent teaching your child how to ride a bike? I remember teaching my kids, and I remember my children's like fear of like, Dad, you're going to be behind me, right? You're going to hold on to the seat, right, Dad? Yeah, I'm right here, honey. I'm right with you, right? Do you guys remember that feeling of like, oh, what if I fall? But mom or dad or neighbor is right there, right? Right behind me. How do we create an environment where we can learn and fail? And when I say fail, guys, I don't mean fail in its original sense, its literal sense. I'm saying fail is first attempt in learning. FAIL, first attempt in learning. We need to give ourselves the grace to not do well. That first class is probably not going to be pretty. But if we go in and give it ourselves, like, give yourself a break. right? And then the second class, a little bit easier. Third class, a little bit easier. Fourth class, fifth class, 10th class, 20th class, a lot easier. And then we see that person coming in the door and they're scared like we were. And we just put our arm around them like, you can do this. You can do this. Come on. Right? Do you guys remember what it was like to drive? For those of us that drive, do you remember the first time behind a wheel? Like a little scary, right? Like, I don't know. I don't want to get on the freeway. Right? So that's the same thing with fitness. But if we just can give ourselves that freedom to know it's going to get better, I'm going to be stronger, I'm going to get healthier, it's going to happen. So I just want us to imagine today what could be, what could be. So to help you do that, guys, we want to set a kedge goal. Remember what a kedge is? Excuse me. It's called a kedge anchor. It's an anchor, like see this little dinghy in the front of the bigger boat? They have an anchor, it's called a kedge anchor. He's dropping that anchor in the water. And do you see the individual on top of the back of the bow there with the rope in her hands? She's literally going to start pulling that rope, and it's going to pull that boat towards the smaller boat. And that's what a kedge is, and that's what we need to do. Let's set a goal today. Our dream, let's just write our dream down. I'd love for you to take a pen, pencil, piece of paper, your phone, anything that you can memorialize today, September 11th, 2024. What is my dream? What's my kedge, my fitness dream? Maybe just write it like that, my fitness dream. Write it down. And then when would you maybe want to start planning to accomplish this dream? It may be this week for some of us. For others, it may be, I'm going to just write this down and put it on my fridge. I'm going to think about it. That could be a really good next step. Or I'm going to put it on my desk or my nightstand where I'm going to look at it every day. And that's okay, right? Maybe I want to think more about it. I want to pray about it. I want to really understand, what is it that I'd like to do? I need to dream maybe some more about it, right? But this is the way to make fitness come to life. It really does. So I'd love for you to take a moment to do that. And again, this is that kedge idea. How do we move a boat? How do we move a life? We just need to put something in front of us, and that's a goal. If you could accomplish anything, guys, without fear of failure, what would you do? No fear. Failure is not an option, right? We know we're going to not be perfect the first time, the second time, the 10th time, the 20th time. But in time, we're going to feel like, wow, I can't believe it. I can actually do this. I can actually swim. I can actually ride a bike. I can actually do a salsa class. Fill in the blank, right? So, number 3, I love this one, guys. We've been doing it. Team up with others. Get a buddy. Go to class with someone. Go to salsa class with someone, right? Sign up together. Say, maybe even on this call, hey, anybody interested in learning to swim? Anybody interested in learning to ride a bike? Anybody interested in martial arts or a walking group? Maybe you want to start a walking group in your neighborhood. Maybe that's what you've been thinking about lately, right? Really want to encourage you to think about how to team up with others. And here's the big one, guys. Make it fun, right? Think about yourself at a wedding. Think about yourself, let me go back. Can you hear this? Can you hear this? Hang on. Okay, I got it. I'm gonna let me go back to my audio.
Yeah, I heard a little bit of the music, Sean.
Yeah, let me go back. I'm gonna put my audio on here. Come on, because this is well worth hearing. Hang on, guys. Okay. Okay, you ready, guys? Here, I'm gonna put my in slides. There we go. Okay, tell me if you can hear this. You ready?
Yeah.
Hang on. Where'd my slide go? Oh, there it is. Okay, ready? Go.
Yeah, we're here.
Come on. Where you're sitting down, 30-second little dance.
Just hit that ice cold, Michelle fights for that white gold. This one for them hood girls, them good girls, straight masterpieces. Styling, wildin', living it up in the city. Got Chuck's on with Saint Laurent. Gotta kiss myself. I'm so pretty. I'm too pretty.
All right, right. We can listen to Bruno all day long, right? I, I don't think there's a better entertainer. Amazing. Rhonda, I see your hands up there.
Oh, yeah, I want to say, in most cities, they put out a catalog, like every season, for fall and summer. And so I was just looking at it's called City of Fontana Activity Services Programs. And they list all kind of classes in here that I see the salsa class in here. And then they have a beginning swimming and something, and then they have it for the parks and the recreational centers, and they give us discounts as seniors. So that's a good resource for everybody to try to get their city catalog, and it'll list all the parks and recreation centers.
That's good, Rhonda. And I know for
love that.
2025, we want to have some more dance classes as well. So Stacia as well is looking to do some more classes as well. Besides Zumba.
Yeah.
Hey guys, here's an idea. I'm gonna throw this out there. I just thought of this because Rhonda made me think of it, and Crystal as well. What if this group that you've been so diligent in coming on a monthly basis and so regularly, what if this class was known for individuals that want to accomplish their fitness and wellness dreams, right? Like, what if we created this community that we started sharing, like, hey, I just started salsa dancing classes. I just want to share y'all, right? And then maybe we get a video of Rhonda doing her salsa class, and we all like give her high fives, Rhonda, way to go, way to go. But wouldn't it be amazing if we started to share our wins, not just our weekly wins and our monthly wins, but the dreams that we have, the dreams that we've longed for years, guys. Me too. Martial arts has been a dream of mine for years, and I've always had this like, I'm too busy to take a class. I'm too busy, right? So I know exactly how many of you feel, but how would I feel if I took that leap and just started doing it? Right? Started doing that. So again, I love this last one. Add an element of whimsy to it. Like, make it fun, make it joyful, like dancing. Like, look at these pictures, guys, of these guys. Look how much fun this guy's having, right? Look at a little concert, probably just a dance move, a fun stuff. What is it that just makes you want to move and have fun? And what I love about dancing is we globally around the world love to move our bodies. And whatever it is that helps you want to move, that's what we need to do, right? If it's dancing, if it's ballet, if it's yoga, I'm not sure what this is, but it's break dance, right? But whatever it is, we can do it and just have fun at the same time. I love this quote, guys. Check this out. People who are regularly active have a stronger sense of purpose, and they experience, and what we were talking about earlier, more gratitude, more love. They feel more connected to their communities, and they're less likely to feel a sense of loneliness or become depressed. These benefits are seen throughout the lifespan. This is a phenomenal book, guys. Moving literally changes our lives. Literally. I promise you this. If you take that first step towards moving more and sitting less, you will feel better. You will. There's no question. It's the best medication in the world. So motion therapy, guys, even though we don't want to do it, is so good for us. So good. So let's get back to moving. We're going to move again. We're going to actually do a little bit of a 10-minute class. So I'd love for you to do, guys, go ahead and stand up wherever you may be. How's everybody doing? You okay? Let's get into moving. We're gonna actually do a little bit of a workout. I think you're gonna really enjoy this one. In fact, let me make sure all is working on my end. Can you guys see that? Hang on one second. Gotta pull it up again. Here we go. Okay, guys, do you see that workout? No, hang on. I don't know why I'm having a problem with my computer today. There it is. Okay, now I got it. Okay, guys. What I'd love you to do, go ahead and stand in front of your chair. I'm going to start us off, guys, just with a simple movement of marching in place. Okay, so what I'm going to have you do is just gently march in place. Okay, And here we go. Nice and easy, just a walk, nice and tall. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Eyes are looking straight ahead. We're just going to march in place to warm our body up, okay? Again, think of bringing that knee up towards the chest. Think about staying nice and tall. Good, guys. In about 30 seconds, we're going to actually do a movement that will get our heart rate elevated. Here we go. We're going to just do a little bit of air boxing, okay? Nice and easy, nice and slow, nice and relaxed, guys. Just nice and gentle. Little bit of a jab, right? Little bit of a jab. Well done. Good job. Good job. So we're going to do this for 30 seconds. Warm your body up. If you want, you can go a little faster. You don't have to, but just nice and easy, nice and relaxed. Again, move your lower body at the same time. Good job. Well done. Okay, back to march in place. Good job. Let your heart rate come down. Your heart rate should be a little bit elevated. Nice work, guys. Well done. Keep going. I love it. You guys look good. Stay with it. Okay, second set. We're going to do the same thing. This time you may want to go a little bit faster though, okay? Just a little bit faster. Get ready for it now, guys. You're looking good. Get ready. You're looking good. I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, guys. Get ready. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Good job. Now we're going to just punch with it. Good job, you guys. Well done. Stay with it. Good job. Come on. And now you do whatever you want. You can do jabs. You can do air boxing. Good job, guys. Way to go. Way to go. Way to go. Come on. Come on. You like it. Good job. Well done. I'm trying to find a little bit of music for you. Good job. There you go. Good job. Okay, march in place. Here we go, guys. Nice and easy. Good, guys. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go to jump roping now, guys. Jump rope will be next. Get ready. Here we go. Here we go. Still march in place. Still keep that march going. You look good, guys. Here we go. Jump rope. Good, guys. Nice and easy. Oh, you look good. Good job, guys. Way to go, Aurora. Way to go, guys. Good job, Claire. Way to go. Way to go, Sylvia. I love it, you guys. Good job. Good job. You're almost there. Good job. Okay, bring it down. Well done. How we doing, guys? One more. Just one more. You look good, guys. Good job, Aurora. Nice work. Okay, get ready, guys. Get ready for the next move. Take a deep breath. Relax your breathing. You're looking good, guys. Breathe deeply, okay? Remember to breathe throughout. Get ready for one more jump rope exercise. Good work. Okay, here we go. Nice and easy, guys. Go at your own pace. Way to go, Aurora. Oh, I love it. I love it, Aurora. Good job. Good job. Good job. Way to go, Claire. Way to go, Ramos. Good, Sylvia. I love it. Way to go, you guys. Way to go. You're almost there. Finish strong. Finish strong. Good job, Claire. Way to go, Sylvia. At your own pace, guys. You look good. Well done. Nice and easy, easy. Good. Great, great job. Way to go. Way to go. Give me a high five. Way to go, guys. Good work. Good work. Okay. Sit back in your chair. Now, way we're going to do this, guys, what I want you to do, let me pause for 1 second. Stand directly in front of your chair, okay? Make sure your chair is behind you. We're going to do literally a squat. I want you to watch the motion first. Your feet should be shoulder width apart. And you're going to literally just think of sitting in your chair, right? Sit and stand. Let's do that together. Let me pause for 1 second. Notice you don't have to go all the way down, just down a little bit and then stand up. Okay, a little quarter squat, down and up. Okay, let's try that together, guys. Here we go. We're going to stand tall, hands in front and up. Hands in front of our body and up. Good, guys. Think of pushing from the heel. Push from the heel as you stand up. Good. Excellent job. Well done, guys. Eyes look straight ahead. You guys are doing great. Good job, Claire. Way to go, Zaneta. Really nice. Now, Brooks, putting her hands in front, and that's exactly what you want to do. You want to counterbalance your weight as you stand and as you sit. Good. Notice Brooks going lower. As you get stronger, go a little lower, guys. Little lower. This strengthens the whole leg, the quad, the hamstring. Oh, wow. Again, just kiss the chair. Just a sit and up. Good. Well done. Okay, have a seat now, guys. Have a seat. Well done. Give me a high five on that. That was great. Squats are by far the best exercise for your lower body. Okay, now, as we're seated in our chair, guys, let me talk to you about this motion. How many of you would like to have a stronger, more toned back of the arm? This is called the tricep. And what we're going to do is what's called a tricep dip. Okay, and what you're going to do is you're going to sit on the end of your chair and notice where Brooke's feet are. Her feet are out in front of her. Okay, now what I want you to do is I want you to keep your feet directly underneath you. Okay, this will help you because you can use your legs to help yourself push up. Now, before you try this, I want to make sure that you see how to do it. And also, if you have any shoulder pain or discomfort, I don't want you doing this motion. Notice what Brooke's doing. Let me pause right here, right here. Okay. Notice where Brooke's feet are. She's balancing her weight and her hands, her body with her hands and her feet. So if your feet are further out, let's say your legs were straight, it would be very, very difficult. So the closer your feet are to you, that's going to help you in this motion. Okay, so if you want to try it, just go down a little bit, like about a quarter press, just a little bit of a press. Okay, just give that a try. See how that feels. You don't have to go that far, just a little bit off the chair. In fact, you can even stay seated in your chair and just push up from your chair. Just push up from your chair. Yes, exactly. Sylvia, that's good. Aurora, that's great. Good job, guys. Notice how Brooke's doing. Now she's going deeper. You don't have to go deep, okay? Just a little bit of bend. Are you feeling that in your arms, guys? You notice that in the back of the arm? This is a great exercise for the tricep, the back of the arm. Now notice Brooke's going down much lower here. You don't have to go that low. Just a little bit. Again, if you have shoulder issues or elbow issues, you want to be very careful with this motion, okay? Very careful. Good job, guys. Excellent. Let me pause for 1 second. That is called a tricep dip. It is a phenomenal exercise, but it just needs to be done correctly so you don't have any challenges, okay? Go ahead and stand up, guys. Now what you're going to want to do is stand behind your chair. Stand behind your chair. I love this exercise. Love this exercise. This is a simple movement called a side leg raise. Okay, now what Brooke's going to do, she's going to place one hand on her hip and the other hand on her chair. Okay, what I want you to do, let's say you're using your left leg, for example, just raise out to the side and then back down slowly. Out to the side, back down slow. We're going to raise up and slowly down. We're going to raise up and slowly down. Try that, guys. As you do that, you're going to feel a little bit of a burn, a little bit of the muscle shaking, and that's good. We're strengthening our hip joint. This is a very good exercise for our hip, very good for our balance because you're on one leg. Okay, we're going to switch legs. We're going to go opposite side now. Let me pause for 1 moment. Notice Brooke now, she's just changing her position. You literally can go move around your chair if you want to, or stay where you are. Let's just use the other leg now. Out to the side, back down slow. Notice how slowly Brooke's coming down, guys. That's key. I want you to raise your leg and then slowly down, right? That's where you're going to feel it, is when you come back down slowly. Good, Sylvia. That's perfect. I love it, Claire. Good job, guys. Zaneta, good job. Bernadette, I see you, kid. Way to go. That is called a side leg raise, everyone. And by far, that motion is the best. This motion trains what's called a gluteus medius muscle, and this raises the gluteus maximus. It actually helps strengthen that area. Really good. Okay, now the other motions that you can do, guys, are also in a standing position. I love this motion. Stand behind your chair, and what I want you to do, make sure your chair is up against either a desk or a wall if it has wheels. Okay, if it has wheels, please secure so you're not moving. What Brooke's doing now, she's putting her hands about shoulder width apart. Her arms are extended, guys, right? But there's a little bend in the elbow. Don't lock your arms completely out, just a little bit of a bend. It's almost like a push-up, right? Notice how she's nice and tall. This is called a plank. This is for your muscles. Now, what I want you to do is stand nice and tall and upright. If you want to, guys, you can come up on the balls of your feet. You literally can raise up on the balls of your feet. That's more challenging. Or you can keep your feet flat, whichever you prefer, okay? And again, you can stay in that position. Notice Brooke's staying in that position. She's not moving. But if you wanted to make it more difficult, you can come up on the balls of your feet. Now, she's walking her feet back. Now, there you go. That's on the ball. Good. Try that. And it's just stay there because this works the calf. This works the lower leg, but it also works the abdominal muscles. Your abdominal muscles are going to be strengthened and toned just by doing this motion. This is called a chair plank. Great exercise, guys. Really good. Way to go, Bernadette. That's it. Perfect, guys. You want to hold this for about 30 to 60 seconds. If you get tired now, raise one arm, your left arm off the chair, stay in a plank position. Now we're going to switch arms. We're going to go right arm up. Now notice what this is doing, guys. It's causing your abdominal muscles to fire a little bit more. We're going to go left arm, extend, hold, good. And then we're going to go right arm in just a second. Switch arms. We're going to go right now. Good. Now it's going to get a little bit more challenging here. Get ready for this, guys, okay? Now, what I want you to do is you're going to raise your left arm and your right leg together simultaneously and hold, hold, hold. If you want, you can come up on the ball of your foot, switch legs, right arm, left leg, hold. This is the best back exercise that you can do. Switch arms, switch legs, same thing. Oh, great job, you guys. Sylvia, love it. Good, guys. Love it, Ramos. Good job, Bernadette. Good, good, good. Well done, you guys. Well done. That is my favorite back exercise, guys, for sure. Now, let's stretch. We're going to stretch our tricep. We're going to put our right arm behind our head, take the left hand, place it on top of the elbow, and notice Brooke's allowing a little bit of pressure just to stretch. Notice, guys, you probably can't see it from here, but her head is up. Her eyes are looking straight ahead, okay? Good. The tendency is to look down. You want to make sure your eyes are looking straight ahead. Good work. Other arm. Good. Nicely done. Oh, good job. That's really nice. Good job, Aurora. Good job, Catherine. All right, you guys, looks good. Really nice. Well done. Well done. Okay. All I want you to do is put your left foot forward, and I want you to put your toe, bring your toe up towards your shin, and then walk your hands gently down your thigh. Gently down your thigh. You're going to feel this stretch in the back of the leg, guys. You're going to feel this in the back of the leg. This is a nice stretch. This is for the lower back and for the hamstring. Feels really good. Really good. Nice job, y'all. Really good. Relax your breathing. Good work. Stay there. Switch legs. Other side. We're going to put our heel in the ground. We're going to raise that toe up towards the shin. And we're going to gently, gently, gently lower down. Good, guys. I love it. You look good. Stay in that. You want to hold this for about 30 seconds, guys, or 15 to 30. If you get tired at 15, you can rest. And let's just do a little bit of deep breathing. Little bit of deep breathing. Take a deep breath in. Inhale. Slowly exhale. Good job. Now, if we want, we can bring our hands into it. Raise your hands above your head. Inhale. Slowly down and exhale. Inhale. Good, 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 good. Slowly down and exhale. Well done, y'all. Have a seat. Good job, you guys. Great work. Great work. How you feeling? I see everybody smiling. Aurora, you got a big smile. I love it. Great job. What was your favorite part of that routine? What exercise did you feel like that was my favorite part of that exercise? I'd love to hear from you. Maybe I can unmute you if you'd like. Anybody want to share? Zenaida, I see you smiling big time. Zenaida, did you want to share? I can see you. I think you're looking for to unmute there. Yeah, go ahead and try it.
I
There you
like
go.
the abdominal exercise because I need that. I need that
Good.
more than anything.
Great.
Abdominal muscles, loosening. I need strengthening and flatten my abdomen.
So Zaneta, what I love what you're sharing is for all of us, that it's really an important muscle group is the abdominal wall. And so
Yeah.
just putting our hands against a chair and literally just leaning into the chair is, so you can do that on a kitchen counter. You can do it on a wall. So
Yeah.
I'm so glad to hear you say that. That's
It's
awesome.
not that hard.
That's
For
good.
someone, for a senior, that's not so tough.
You did great. You
Yes.
did great. Anybody else want to share? Anybody else want to share? What movement did you find like, I like this. This is something that really I can feel, right? And I'd love to keep doing this maybe, right? Anybody
I
want to
like
share?
the plank.
A couple.
I like
The
that.
back. Was that Aurora?
Yeah,
Aurora,
the plank. I like the plank.
I love it, Aurora. Good, good. That's good. We got 2 plank votes. Anybody else want to share? You guys
2
did
people in chat said that they really enjoyed the leg stretch. It was
Good.
Brenda and it. And
Yeah.
then Pat just said that it was a nice exercise, a nice workout.
So all of those movements, that's a 10-minute workout, guys, right? That's a 10-minute routine. You can follow it from the beginning all the way to the end. It's approximately 12 minutes if you consider the stretching and the deep breathing, right? But what I want to encourage you to think about doing, pick one movement that you feel like you may want to spread throughout your day. Like it could be the jump roping, like just, you don't have to jump, just come up on the balls of your feet, right? And just pretend like you're jumping. That's a good movement to do to wake the body up. So wonderful job, guys. I mean, high fives all the way around. Really excellent, excellent work. Let's go back now because we need to talk about really the second half of what we're talking about today, and that's really on nutrition. I'd love for you to take your phone or maybe a piece of paper and a pen, and let's talk about how do we again make fitness meaningful and fun. These are the 4 things we've talked about. But what about healthy aging? How do we make our body younger? I want you to do this, guys. This is true. We have 2 ages. Did you know that? You have 2 ages. One is called your birth age. That's your chronological age. So I turned 60 April 29th. My birthday is April 29th, 1964, right? So my birth age, my chronological age is 60. I would write that down here. Now for you, what is your age? That's chronological. The thing about our chronological age is we can't change it. It's just, that's what it is. It will be. But there is an age that we can change significantly, and it's called your body age. Have you ever heard of this term? Body age. That there are parts of our body that are much younger than our birth age. So for example, someone may be 70 years old chronologically, birth age, but their legs, their muscles, like Flo, the young lady that was jumping over that hurdle, she wasn't in her 80s. She was probably more like in her 30s or 40s. Her muscles were that strong, that trained, that they were younger, physically younger. And this is actually a true element to our health and well-being. You can reverse the aging process physiologically. So in other words, have you ever met someone, guys, that's maybe in their 80s or 90s, but they don't look it in any way? And I'm not talking beauty. I'm not talking that. I'm talking about physically. They're walking, they're hiking, they're really spry. They're flexible, they're strong. Have you ever met somebody like that? I know I have. And I'm like, wow. Like Flo is a great example of that. Mid 80s, and she's as young as a 50-year-old, 45-year-old person. So young, physically, right? But have you ever met somebody also that's been young, but physically they're older, right? They're older. I think I've shared this story with you all. When I was in college, I injured my leg so badly I had to have surgery. And the surgery was painful. I was unable to move my leg for 8 weeks. So they put me in a cast. Some of you have experienced this, a plaster cast, right? And the worst part of wearing this cast was literally when you had an itch, I couldn't scratch the itch, right? The cast was so tight that I would have to take a pin or a hanger to go down the cast to scratch the itch. But in time, 2 weeks after not wearing this, after wearing this cast, my leg would began to shrink, and I literally could put my hand down my cast and scratch my thigh. 4 weeks, I could go all the way down to my knee. But by 8 weeks, guys, for wearing this cast and not moving my leg for 8 weeks, I could take my arm and go all the way down inside my cast and scratch my ankle. Now that's amazing. But in 8 weeks, I was actually 21 years old. And think of that, 21 years old, but my muscles, my leg, especially my left leg, my body changed too. I gained weight. I noticed my flexibility went down. My strength deteriorated really fast. How old do you think my leg was after being immobile for 8 weeks? What would you guess? I was 21 years old. How old do you think my leg was? It actually was about 91 years old. I had a grandmother at the time. My grandmother was 94, and her legs looked better than mine. Her leg, she was definitely stronger, more functional than my leg. I couldn't even stand on my leg properly. I couldn't even put weight on my leg because it was so weak from 8 weeks, just 8 weeks of inactivity. And the only reason why I shared that is because that makes this principle so true, that when we move our bodies, guys, we're getting younger. We're literally reversing the body age. We're slowing the body age. So what you did today, the joy workout and one of your 10-minute workouts, you literally turned the clock back. You literally improve your flexibility, your cardiovascular strength, and your muscle strength. Do you remember this movement, guys? Okay, do me a favor, stand up wherever you are. Go ahead and stand up. We're going to do one more movement. One more movement. You got to do it with me. And we're going to do this for 1 minute, guys, just 1 minute. Okay. And what I'd like to do is I just want you to feel the joy of when you were a little girl or a little boy and you were doing the activity that you love to do. Okay. So let's go back to that picture of that little one that's moving. Hang on 1 second. Here we go. You guys ready? Okay. I'm going to put us, hang on. I'm going to put us in presentation mode. Here we go. Okay. Nice and easy. It might seem crazy. There's a little bit of a hand motion, guys. Good job. There you go. And go a little faster if you want to. Oh, yeah. Good job, you guys. That's it. Good. Keep going. Go, Claire. Go, Sylvia. Go, Bernadette. Oh, perfect, Bernadette. Good job, y'all. Good, good, good. Oh, you look good, Bernadette. Yeah, go one at a time. Cross it up. Side to side. Good work. Keep going. I want to see how you all doing. Good. Oh, you guys look good. Good job, Catherine. Way to go. High five. High five all the way around. Have a seat. Have a seat. So just doing that motion, just doing that exercise will turn back that clock that much more. Now, there's another thing that you can do, guys, besides that movement, and that is our joy workout. That's another thing you can do. There's also the workouts that I really want you to think about doing, like our chair workouts that we've done on occasion. Obviously, the movement. This is the workout we just did today, guys. You can do any one of these movements. This will slow down the aging process. But let's talk about food. Let's talk about how do we slow down the aging process. Now, one technique is called intermittent fasting. Some of you have heard of this. This is when you go without food for a period of time. Many people have learned how to do intermittent fasting, and it can dramatically affect our physical health. We can lose significant amount of weight. It can change our metabolic health significantly. And it's really, think of it like a detox. When we go to bed at night, guys, our body is detoxing. When we sleep, it's our body's way of repairing itself. But let's just talk about the art of intermittent fasting and really what it does. So when you think about the toxins that are in the air, especially right now with the fires and everything else that's going on, but there's so much around us, guys. Literally, there are thousands of toxins in the air. We don't even realize it. And in our food, and just around our environment, right? So when we detox, when we actually move away, for example, away from foods, let's take fast food, for example. Fast food, even though it's become very popular in the news recently, a lot of people are saying, it's not really a big deal that you eat fast food. And it really, on occasion, it's not. But if it's consistent, the challenge to the body is our body has to process so much that's not real. And what I mean by that is when you eat a piece of fruit or a vegetable, you know it's real. It's exactly where God designed it to be eaten. But then there's other food that's processed. So the true definition of a detox is the body's physiological process of rendering chemical compounds, hormones, and toxins that are less harmful. We want to decrease them from our body. Scientists estimate that the average adult carries within our body at least 700 toxins. So how do we get rid of that? Well, one of the ways is, like Catherine was talking about earlier, is water. Drinking a lot of water a day is one of the best ways to just literally flush our toxins out of our body. That's one way. But another way, and as we'll get into, and these are examples of toxins in our water, for example, in our food chain, in obviously, within plastics and others, and in our processed food, right? These are all ways of getting toxins. So 7 reasons to do intermittent fasting. I want to share with you very quickly just 7 reasons that you may want to consider doing intermittent fasting. Number 1 is weight loss. Overwhelmingly, when we go without food for just a period of time, for example, let's say we skip breakfast, okay? Now, that's great, but we're going to have a very healthy lunch, maybe a snack mid-afternoon, and then dinner. And that's a really good eating cycle. But here's where we want to learn, guys. I'm going to show you this in a moment. For most of us, the challenge is eating late at night. So ideally, if you do that window of no breakfast, lunch, snack, dinner, be careful what time dinner is. Like sometimes folks will have dinner at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock. That's really late. And it really is hard for our body to digest, especially when we're sleeping. So we want to make sure that window is longer. I'm going to share that with you in a moment, okay? Look at the organs that intermittent fasting impacts, guys. Gallbladder, lymphatic system, all of our blood, our intestines, our kidneys, our pancreas, our liver. Our body gets a chance to detox. That's exactly what an intermittent fast can do. Any fasting, like if you were to go without food, let's say for a day, and just drink water, that is a detox. That is your body's way of recovering and healing. And there are many benefits to it. Energy. You're going to feel more energy when you do this type of intermittent type fasting. And I'll show you that in just a moment. You're actually going to slow the aging process. Studies have shown that you're going to reverse and slow down the body aging process. But this is fascinating, guys. I've shared this with some of you. We strengthen what's called telomeres. Think of the DNA, like our cells of our body, like these are billions of cells. On the end, you see where it says telomere, and this is like a shoelace. If you look at the tennis shoe, look at the one in the far left. See the yellow shoelace? That's a young shoelace. But then look at the sessescent shoelace, the kind of the grimy looking tennis shoe. That's an example. Notice the frayed end of the shoelace. What a telomere is on the cell, it's the end of the cell. It's the shoelace cap, right? Notice on the young one on the shoe, they're very strong and they're long, right? But when you look at the older shoe, they're gone. And what happens to the shoelace and what happens to the cell? It begins to deteriorate. And that's the aging process. When our telomeres begin to fall off or shorten or get smaller, that's when the cell gets older. So guess what? You know what makes stronger telomeres? Exercise and healthy nutrition. Those are the two things that make a telomere stronger. So our cells are actually younger, guys. So again, take a look at that circled area there. That's the telomere example. And then take a look at the older shoelace example. We want to keep those cells young, and that's one way to do it, right? Okay. One of the things intermittent fasting does is it boosts our immune system. We actually strengthen our immunity by actually eating this way. And I'm going to show you in just a moment. It also improves our brain health. It actually helps with our mental well-being, and especially cognitively. We remember better. It actually improves our memory, which is good. So let's talk about how to do it. How do you do intermittent fasting? Follow with me, guys, on the first column here, like on the far left of the screen, if you're looking at the screen. A good example would be a 7 a.m. meal, a 10 a.m. snack, a 12 p.m. meal, a 3 p.m. snack, a 7 p.m. meal. That's a normal eating routine. Most of us eat like that, and that's great. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as it's healthy. I would recommend stopping your food intake no later than 7 p.m., ideally. The reason why, you're going to go to bed usually around 10 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, maybe 11 o'clock. But you want to make sure that gap before you go to bed is as long as possible. So ideally, if you can stop at having your dinner by 7, that's ideal. That would be ideal. Now let's go to the second category. This is an intermittent fasting window. Look at what happens from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. Let's just say they take their supplements, no food. From 7 a.m. to 12 p.m., they're fasting, no food intake. But they have a healthy lunch, a snack, a 6 p.m. meal, but then an 8 p.m. meal. Now, only thing about this is you're a little bit later in the food element at the end of the day. So that could be challenging. Now, let's go to the last one, guys. Go to the final one. 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Some people can do this. This is a long window where you're going to literally fast from 7 o'clock in the morning until 2 p.m., then have a meal at 2, 4, 6, and 8. This is what I'd recommend, guys. These 3 models are not as effective as a very simple model. And that is, let me show you here. The first one is what's called a simple fast. It's 12 hours. And what you want to think of is this. If you can stop your dinner at 7 o'clock and not have a snack, and then just skip breakfast, you'll have at least a 12 to 14 hour window. That's all you'll need to do. Then have lunch at 12 o'clock, and then you can have a snack at 3, and then dinner ideally around 6, and then stop your food intake at 7. And if that's the window that you're using, that by far has been one of the most effective ways. And it's easy because you just miss breakfast. That's it. Now, here are some examples, guys, of how to do intermittent fasting. There's a simple fast, 12 hours, a brunch fast, 14, a crescendo fast is 16. You can read all the way through. Some people would go all the way down to the end, like a one-day fast, full 24 hours. That's hard. That's not easy to do. So what am I saying with all of this? Fasting is very effective. Let me go back to just some of the benefits. Look at all the benefits, guys. Cancer risk lower, heart health, improves our hormones, our autoimmune, encourages weight loss. It actually curbs cravings. You actually feel better. Heals your gut. So many benefits to it. There are some cons. The pros are, again, you can see metabolism, insulin, all these things. But look at the cons. It can worsen an eating disorder. If you have an eating disorder or you've struggled with an eating disorder, be careful. It's not good for people that have poor glycemic control, especially blood sugar control. You need to be careful with that. It can lead to binge eating, and that's something to know, that if you haven't had food for a while, you may have a tendency to make up for it later. And then the last category, not common, but sometimes people can have hormone changes, and that's a challenge. So I want to pause and let me come to questions, because we've got about 10 minutes left, and I want to leave our 10 minutes together to ask questions about this, especially if you have questions. And then secondly, I want to leave today by you all having the opportunity to share what fitness dream you really want to think about over the next 4 weeks. Okay. So any questions that came in, Catherine, while I was chit-chatting there?
We don't have any questions, just Angeline, she really liked the jump rope exercise because she used to play double dutch and you could feel it in the arms.
I agree. Any questions on the fasting, especially? That's a lot of information. I'm curious, how many of you have actually ever tried intermittent fasting before, and how did it work for you? Anybody want to share?
Sean,
Yes, Aurora.
I tried the intermittent fasting, but I'm not sure how long do I do it. Do I do it consistently for the whole week, or do I just do that as my regular routine?
Great
What's a
question. Yeah, great question. Ideally, what you want to think about, and there's many ways of doing this, you can just block out like Monday through Friday, for example. Like a lot of people love to have, I love breakfast. Breakfast is my favorite meal. So on the weekend, if I do intermittent fasting, I will do an intermittent fast for 5 days, Monday through Friday. And I will do typically the 12 to 14-hour fast, where I will stop my food intake the night before 7 p.m. and then I will sleep through the night and skip breakfast. I'll exercise in the morning, but I'll skip breakfast, and then I'll usually have my first meal about 11:30. And then I'll have a snack, and then I'll have dinner, and then I'll repeat that cycle. So here's the key, guys, when you do that kind of format. Be aware if you're snacking. If you're used to snacking at night, you're going to want to go away from snacking. So no snack after dinner, and then go literally just have a drink or water, whatever it is, go right to bed. And then literally that you're going to fast that entire time until lunchtime the next day. Do that for 5 days, but on Saturday and Sunday, treat that as breakfast, snack, lunch, dinner. So you don't have to do any kind of fasting on Saturday and Sunday. For many people, that's a very effective way of doing intermittent fasting, and do it for about a month. See how you feel. See how your body feels after 4 weeks of that. So Monday through Friday, you're going to be doing intermittent fasting. And then you're going to also on Saturday and Sunday have regular meals. Okay, no fasting. Come back the next Monday through Friday, fasting. And so try that for 4 weeks and see how your body feels. I'd encourage you to keep a diary to write down your energy, your food cravings. It really is a powerful way to help our body detox. Really effective. Yeah. Great question. Great question. 30 days. So you could do this for just 1 week and experiment with it for 1 week. That's great. But if you really want to see a full detox, like a 30-day detox, do that for literally 30 days or 1 month.
Dawn, there's a certain time of the year that our church go on a fasting, a 21-day fasting.
Yes. Yes.
And
Daniel plan, right? Daniel plan fast?
Well, that could be rough, but they
Oh.
had different plans that we could use.
Okay, good.
So I went with the one that I was used to, the way I eat anyway. I went with that, with the beans and stuff like that. And with weight, I always would tell people, if you want to lose weight, go to the dentist and let them work in your mouth, and I guarantee you lose some weight. So now, Sean, what I say, because a couple of months ago, I had that I can't even get it out. Telenoscopy. So now I tell people, jokingly, if you really want to detoxin and whatever and clean your system out, go and have that done. Because that wasn't no fun either. All that Gatorade with different types of laxatives type stuff in it, and that was like 62 ounces or something of Gatorade, and you had to drink all of that every so many minutes. That was hard, but I really went through it clean. And they say, stay near the bathroom. You almost have to stay in the bathroom.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but yeah,
Christine sent a little note there. It's the colonoscopy prep, and that
that
is a whole other level, right?
that is
But
something else. That is really something else.
yes, but what you're sharing, I love what you're sharing. A 21-day fast or a 30-day fast is phenomenal for a number of reasons. For spiritual benefit, right, guys? So many cultures and faiths use fasting for a spiritual time. So, in other words, every time you're experiencing hunger, every time you're having that craving, every time you're having that reminder of our humanity, right? Like we survive with food. It's an opportunity to turn our attention towards our faith, right? And the impact of our faith, right? And so that's one thing. And a very, very important one for many individuals. But then there's the physiological benefit of fasting, right? And that's where intermittent fasting, guys, has become a much more popular form of fasting. Really, we owe it to our faith-based community that fasting has been with us for thousands of years, right? And I don't think thousands of years ago individuals understood the physiological benefits of fasting. I'll guarantee you this, I promise you this. If you are having sugar cravings, right? Many of us have that, right? How many of us get into habit? I've done this where I would, after lunch or something, I'm like, I need something sweet, right? And I just grab like, even just like dark chocolate, like just a little bit. But I found myself like, if I didn't have a piece of dark chocolate after lunch, I like something's missing. Like what am I craving, right? And it was sugar. And what I realized, and all of us have experienced this, how about after Christmas time or a birthday celebration or celebratory period where we have a lot of sugar? Or have you ever been on a cruise, right? And you've eaten for a week, like on a cruise, right? And you get off that boat and it's like you're craving everything. What happens is we have what's called a food and texture set point, right? Like if we've had ice cream every day for a week, guess what? We're going to come home and think about, I need to go to McDonald's or somewhere to get me an ice cream, right? So the way to stop that, and it's everybody experiences this, guys, it's just food cravings. The best way to stop it is with a 10-day fast. Try this. Try fasting with no sugar for 10 days. I promise you, if you try just this and I see you next month and you just for 10 days say, I'm not going to have any sugar in my diet for 10 days, I want to tell you up front, the first 3 days are going to be challenging, as they are. Like coffee. Some of us have quit coffee, or maybe there's a certain drink, like maybe a soda that we used to drink all the time, right? I promise you, if you get past day 3, it's literally like, I'm not craving anymore. It's our body is detoxing. It's literally taking that sugar out of our system, and we're no longer like needing it. Dr. Mark Hyman, this is a powerful statement. Please don't take it the wrong way, but this is Dr. Mark Hyman, who I highly recommend is the best functional food medicine doctor in the world. His name is spelled Hyman. Hyman, amazing man. He said that sugar is more addictive than cocaine. Now, that's a powerful statement when we know the addictiveness of a chemical or a drug like cocaine, and to think that sugar is on the same level. Now, nothing wrong with sugar. There's natural sugars in our fruit, in our food, but when we get processed sugar, it can come into our system and it really can cause challenges, especially on cravings. So I'm just sharing with you all, if you want to fast, you can fast from a particular food. Like maybe fast foods maybe become part of your daily routine, or maybe it's a weekly, like 3 days a week. Maybe you want to have a fast food fast. Try that for 10 days. Watch what happens within those 10 days. First 3 days are going to be challenging because it's kind of that detox. We get the word detox from recovery. As people are coming off addictive agents, detoxing is getting the body back to equilibrium. Like now we're no longer physiologically addicted. We may still be mentally addicted, but we're not physiologically addicted, right? That system is, excuse me, that substance is out of our system. Charlene, your hand has been up. Sorry, my dear, I've been talking away here. What was your question?
Good afternoon. Yes, I was just going to say that I appreciate, about the detoxing and, the intermittent fasting and all of that. But this is just a sidebar. After all of this that we do to help with our health, what can we do to protect ourselves when we are going into hospital to have procedure and they remove the wrong organ?
Oh gosh.
What do we do to protect ourselves? Because most of the times your family can't be in there. You don't have no camera. We couldn't raise our hand and say, hey, you got the wrong part. What can we do to protect ourselves? We can do all of this for the fasting and this, but what do we have to safeguard us when we're going under or having a procedure or surgery and the wrong item is removed?
Oh, Charlene. Charlene, did this happen to you, Charlene?
No, it was on the internet. The doctor removed the wrong organ.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I'm grateful that it didn't happen to you. For one, I really am grateful that it wasn't you. I'm really sad for this person that this happened to. My wife is a nurse, and we've had conversations about this. That I think, honestly, Charlene, my first thought is to be as educated as we possibly can about our own healthcare. And what I mean by that, guys, is like what we did today in our movement and our conversation about nutrition and our conversation about our dreams about fitness is that we become so educated and understand how our body works. And to your point, the procedures that are being done, like literally having a conversation with the medical team. My wife, as I think I shared with all of you a couple of years ago, I almost lost my wife. It was a 50-50 chance of her coming home. And I will tell you this, you guys, this is a true story. Here she is, an ICU nurse. She has a rare drug reaction. I don't know how many of you have heard this story, but I'll say it really briefly. Being a nurse, obviously she has to wear her stethoscope, right? So she's putting her stethoscope in her ears and she's listening to hearts and all. Unfortunately, she got an ear infection from the stethoscope that was in the hospital. So easy peasy, right? She goes to the ear doctor, they do a procedure. She gets an antibiotic called vancomycin. Many of you have heard of it. Many of you have taken it. 3 weeks after, and it was simple, guys. It was an ear infection that she had a little surgery on from a great doctor, but she got an infection. She got shingles from the procedure. Again, not the fault of the doctor, but she got shingles. She went on this antibiotic called vancomycin, and in 3 weeks, she was in intensive care for 8 days, and the doctor said it's 50-50 if she comes home or not. I'm like, what? She was here healthy one day, and then all of a sudden she's almost gone. What my wife did, I'm so proud of her, you guys. In 8 days, she was awake, but her body, you guys, I'll show you one day some pictures from head to toe. You couldn't recognize her. It was rash, and just like her whole body was like completely reacting. What she had was called DRESS syndrome, drug reaction eosinophil syndrome. It's not common. It's a 1% of the population. It's a genetic challenge, but that vancomycin came into her system and her body began to attack itself. So Charlene, to your question, my wife went to work. She literally started calling every medical person that she knew and said, I have no idea. This is during COVID, you guys, right when COVID started. So they all thought she had COVID. And so what my wife did is, even as a nurse, the doctors are telling her like, oh, you're fine, you'll be okay. It's not, if she did not be her own advocate, if she did not fight to say, I want to make sure when I have this procedure that this is being taken out, and I want all of these things, these safeguards to protect that. My wife literally got as many people as she could. They finally figured out what she had. And if it weren't for her being her own advocate, she'd be dead today. And I'm saying that I don't want to scare anybody, but I just want to say this, guys. Please know that physicians they fail. They're human beings. My wife is a nurse. They make mistakes. How do you protect yourself going in? Educate yourself. Make sure that you talk to other doctors to get second and third and fourth opinions. So you know that, okay, I appreciate your opinion, but I also want to get another opinion, right? So protect yourself as much as possible. And I'd be curious because I know many of you have had procedures, have had maybe some health challenges. I'd love to hear your perspective on this as well.
That's scary about your wife, Sean, but from my experience, now I know that doctors have removed the wrong organs and stuff through the years. So I'm taking it that that's still going on. But from my experience, when you go in for whatever surgery or whatever, several people ask, what are you there to have done?
Yes.
And that's several people that's asking. Even the doctor come in and see you and ask, what are you having done? And they put a mark on you
Exactly.
where you're going to be operated on or whatever. That's been my experience.
And
But
you can ask for that. You can ask for that, guys. You can literally say, can you please, while I'm awake, can you please draw with a Sharpie or whatever it may be, can you please just draw where you're going to be? You can ask for that, guys. So that's what I mean by being an advocate. Don't just assume like, okay, I'm coming in here and you're gonna take care of me. No, come in educated, learn as much as you can. Obviously, we do have to come to a point where it's like, I'm putting my life and my health and my family in your hands, doctor and nurses, and they're most health professionals, as I'm married to one, they have your utmost care in mind, right? That's their job. But I would encourage all of us to go in like, please, I just want to make sure that I know that we're human. So can you please just draw on here? Like, what are you going to be doing? And put
right.
Okay. That's
But
good.
I have one question for you. Do you think, okay, growing up, my brother and I, because I spent more years with my older brother before I had other siblings, we couldn't have sweets, no candy, nothing. Our means of candy or whatever were always raisins. I don't like raisins to this day. But do you think as we get older, that's when we start craving sweets?
Yeah, no, it's good. That's such a great question. I've noticed since I've got older that I do crave sweets more and salt. I don't know if anybody else experienced that as well, but I have discovered that the simple 3-day, even the fasting for 3-day, I literally can change the amount of sugar in my diet. And that's what I want to encourage y'all. The 10-day is great. 10-day of anything where you're pushing it out of your system, or 10 days of water, like really, like Catherine shared with us, like I'm really going to concentrate on my water. 10 days, it does begin to create this rhythm. I'm not saying it's going to be a full-on habit, but it definitely gets better. And your body starts craving water. I don't know if you've ever noticed that after you've begun to drink more water. So yeah, I definitely do feel as we get older and our body's changing, right? Physiologically, it's changing. Our energy levels may be changing. Our sleep patterns may be changing. So sugar immediately we feel a little bit better, right? We experience that chemical release, that just the ability to really, what we're looking for, guys, is that sense of calm and even the serotonin release in our body. That's why we crave carbs, breads, pastas, bagels. It just releases that serotonin and we feel like, oh, yeah, I feel good. And that's normal. But if we eat a lot of it and continuously, it becomes a craving. And so fasting is just one way to help to mitigate that. So I hope that helps. Great questions, you guys.
Okay,
I think we can do a class
Rhonda,
on.
I saw Rhonda's hand. Go ahead, Rhonda.
Go ahead, Rhonda.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say, yes, you do have to be an advocate for your own health. Because I experienced that last year, where they told me that I had vitiligo, And that was what Michael Jackson had, you know, where his skin was turning colors, discoloration. And they based that off of, I had a shot on my hand and it took off some of the skin. So the dermatologist said, oh, you have vitiligo, which your immune system is being attacked. And I mean, that's frightening, you know, for someone to tell you that. And so then I was like, what? And so then I started asking other doctors. I think I went to 3 other doctors and they all said, no, that's not what happened. They said you had a reaction to the pain medication they gave you, and that's what caused your hand. And sure enough, the skin came back on my hand and I haven't had any more problems. So now they have in my medical record, do not give me that shot anymore. You know, the pain shot. But it was very frightening for someone to tell you that. But I did follow it up with 3 other doctors getting their opinions.
I thank you for sharing that, Rhonda. And you know what? I just noticed